So what's something really big that I could do to share autistic lived experience with the whole world, with as many people as I possibly can? Hi everyone, Paul Micallef here from Autism from the Inside. I make weekly videos sharing the human side of autism, and today I want to tell you about my biggest project yet. So if you're watching this video, you're probably somewhere on your own autism journey. Maybe you're looking to get in touch with your own autistic identity or connect with someone special in your life. Personally, I'm here because when I discovered autism, it was like this golden thread that kind of wove together all of these seemingly random bits of my life so that my life personally made sense. But the more I got into the community, the more I started sharing my story, the more I realized that it wasn't just my own experience that was making sense. My new lens of understanding autism was allowing me to understand the world and to understand the mainstream neurotypical population. And previously, what they were doing that seemed really random and alien to me, when I looked at them through my autistic lens, allowing myself to recognize my own difference, then suddenly it became easier to relate to the rest of society as well. And on the other side, by sharing my internal experience, it means that the neurotypical population, those who don't know what it's like on the inside for me, can get a better sense of what it means to be autistic, for me at least, and we can meet each other halfway and bridge that empathy gap so that we can actually get a better understanding of where each other are coming from. So for me personally, sharing that lived experience is a really core part of the process, a core part of why I'm here, why I bothered to make this YouTube channel in the first place. And I'm guessing that part of the reason you're here is because you can relate to my story, at least a little bit. The thing is though, that I am just one person, and sharing my own story is only ever one piece of the puzzle. And part of sharing lived experience, part of my personal mission to share autistic lived experience, means that I really need to find ways to collaborate with others and share lived experience from multiple people. I know I personally learn a lot about myself by listening to other community members from the autistic community and people who are very different from me in a lot of ways. We can still find these little points of similarity, and I can still get a new way of seeing myself by looking at myself from the lens of someone else's experience. So what's something really big that I could do to share autistic lived experience with the whole world, with as many people as I possibly can? Some of you may have seen my previous online summit events that I've run in recent years, and this year's is going to be the biggest yet. It's going to be a completely free 5-day online event with over 30 expert speakers from all over the world. Advocates, experts, professionals, authors. It's a hand-picked list of people who are going to share their own personal lived experience, and the purpose of the whole event is designed to be as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. But to achieve that, I need your help. You know who really needs to hear this message the most? It's the mainstream neurotypical population who may have heard of autism, kind of, maybe they have an autistic friend or a family member or something, but they don't quite realize yet how important the concept of neurodiversity is to how we are actively reshaping society as we know it. It's people at your school or workplace or university who haven't encountered autistic first-hand lived experience and don't realize the beauty of neurodiversity and how we can radically change the whole paradigm of inclusion in our society. Advocates like myself and very, very many others, we're working to make the world a kinder, more inclusive place. Because when we make things accessible for autistic people, when we understand sensory needs, when we understand social paradigms, and when we understand social disability and ways to make our spaces safer, both physically and psychologically, we can start to include people who might otherwise be left behind on the margins. Creating things to be autism friendly, for example, starts with the mindset of Okay, so everyone is different. Everyone's going to need a variety of different things. How do we make this flexible so that we can accommodate as many different types of people as possible? If you've been on your own autism journey for a while, you might remember how life-changing it is to hear for the first time first-hand experiences of overcoming barriers to inclusion and finding success and leveraging our own strengths to find our own way of being in this world. It's empowering both for the individuals who are looking to find their own way of being, and it's also empowering for our friends and family members and parents and teachers, because suddenly they've got a way to help us, a way to support us that is actually going to encourage us to accept and embrace our own identities. So anyway, that is this year's Autism from the Inside online summit. Over 30 speakers, completely free to tune in and watch anywhere in the world for the entire duration of the 5-day event. You don't need to worry about time zones or attendance fees or anything else like that. We're really trying to make it as accessible as possible to have as many people all over the world have access to these fantastic resources. But what we really need is your help sharing this free event with your mainstream community. So your school, your workplace, your local community. Tell them that autism is important to you or someone you love, and that the speakers are really interesting. We get such phenomenally good feedback from people that didn't know the first thing about autism and just tune in to hear really interesting stories, because our focus is on sharing lived experience. And the fact that we're hopefully making the world a more autism-friendly place in the future, well, that's a nice bonus as well. So what can you do if you'd like to help? Number one, you can register for the event yourself. It's completely free. The link is in the description. Number two, once you've registered, put the date in your diary and keep a lookout for updates as the event gets closer. We're planning a couple of exciting things this year, including some community events so you can meet others on a similar journey. And finally, the biggest thing, I've mentioned it a couple of times in this video already, but the success of this event relies on reaching the people that don't know that they're interested in autism and neurodiversity yet, because they've never heard the lived experience before. So if you're part of a school community, let the teachers know. I mean, statistically, there's likely to be an autistic kid in every classroom. This is an incredibly relevant need right now to help teachers understand autism and support the neurodiversity in their classroom. If you're part of an organization, share it with your colleagues or your manager. Managers and leaders are always looking for better ways to bring out the best in their people. And they may not know it yet, but understanding neurodiversity is a key part of that. So anyway, I might leave it there. You probably get the idea by now. I'm really excited about this event coming up. I think I probably haven't even told you the dates yet. It starts on Monday, the 19th of September, 2022, and there are different speakers scheduled every day for that entire week. So I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching this video. Please share about the event. The free registration link is in the description. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.